Information scan. Acquiring. Acquired. Personnel located. Drogos air threat neutralized. Black hole generator destroyed. Proceed to palace area. Locate fraud leader codenamed Macron. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Quake 2 on the Nightmare difficulty playthrough KexQuake 2. We are doing all units with a clean start, and this is the 9th one, the city. So let's begin.
All units located a working enemy data device.
So the first thing we're going to have to do is locate a functioning data device, as the radio guy said. But before we do that, we're going to have to kill everything we see here. So let's do this as well. There's lots of bullets to go around. So let's share them with everyone to see. Maybe some rails too. Or slugs even. Let's just get rid of all of these guys. And you. And there's a gladiator. Hello, gladiator. Sure, I'll railgun duel you. And I'll win. You too. Will you be so generous as to give me some slugs as well? That's very nice. Thank you. Alright, so let's line these guys up a little bit. There we go. That works. And now let's clean up the rest of these guys. Just like that. Everything goes down, and you're good to go. For the most part. However, we're going to go into this cave, ignore the laws of convection, blow up this hole in the wall, get the secret with a power shield and some more pickups like ammo and such. And now, we can ascend up and around here. So let's do just that. Grab all this stuff as well. And I'd say it's time to go up this area. So just step right down here, push this button, and then while you're here, you might as well take a trip around this part to push this button. Now a secret door is opened elsewhere, and that elsewhere is right here. Allows you to get some stuff. So let's pick it all up. And we should be good to go for now. We'll be back here later, actually, but there's other things we need to attend to. Like this gladiator, for instance, who decided to appear. Also, this door's opened up, but got to watch out for this area, because the little bridge here will try to lower you into lava. Anyways, here's another fellow we'll have to take care of. He's an extremely tanky type. But with the right amount of weaponry, you can take him down very quickly. Let's blow this guy up. There we go. Now let's deal with the Ikari. And of course, some more fellas come in, including more Ikari. Well, at least one Icarus even. But now let's deal with the big boy. This is like an elite tank. He looks to be all robot until he starts bleeding, so there is some organic matter stuffed inside there. But anyways, everyone here is dead, and we should be good to go. Alright, so let's head on over here and fight another elite tank fellow. And another one. They're just all over the place. We'll handle them. And you too. And you know, I think it's time we started using the super shotgun on these fellas. Believe it or not, it does just a little bit more DPS than the railgun. If you ask me, I think the railgun needs a bit of a buff to go back to a single player thing. That's the one thing I'd like to return from single player. Maybe it'll get patched when this video is uploaded, maybe not. But either way, it can be a little weak at times, but it's good whenever you have enemies lined up or enemies you want to shoot in the air from afar and do a good amount of damage with. Otherwise, the super shotgun can still be very useful. When it was called a powerful weapon in the first unit, they weren't lying. It still is very powerful. But provided you can line them up, kind of like that, you can get some multi-kills out of it. The railgun, even. Now that everything's good and dead, we can go into this area. And let's drop down in the water. Let's go for a swim, shall we? Yeah, nice little swim. Blow this up with whatever weapon you want, really. Doesn't really matter. Surface up into this area. We're ignoring that Icarus for the time being, because we're going to grab some more ammo. And we're just going to hang out in this area as well to get rid of these soldiers. Including you. And you. And I don't know about you, but does this make anybody hungry for pizza? Either way, we're grabbing that. That's the data spinner. And we're also shooting this wall. Revealing this area. Pushing this button for future reference. And then I can go here. Might have fell a little bit too soon because I was going to grab all the extra stuff there. Oh well. At least this guy going through this little like hole decided to show up as well. Anyways, let's drop down these areas for real to grab some ammo and whatnot. There's health there too if you happen to need it. But aside from that, you'll see this area right here. We won't be able to access it just yet. When we can access it, I'll show you. Well, first things first, I'm going to go into this area as well to fight these fellas. And this guy too, see him? There you go. Now when you ascend the stairs, you want to turn around because there's another gladiator that'll try to ambush you. And he's guarding adrenaline grenades. And this area is another entrance to the lower palace. We're not going to take it. At least not yet. We are, however, going to go back to where we were before. Here to start, because I told you we'd be back. Yeah, I nearly blew myself up on this guy. But whatever. Here's why we went back. Because this fella's here. And so are two other guys. Yeah, medics. Can you believe it? And more Ikari. Let's just deal with them the classic way. You know how to deal with them at this point. Right? Right. So let's continue moving. So, we're going to go right where these guys came from to get this last secret. Well, one of the last secrets anyway. The other secret is in the area with the red force field. If you need any other pickups, there should be a lot left. I'll take the time to pick up some cells while I'm here. And of course, yep, still lowers. But it doesn't really matter, just go on one of the other sides. And you should be good to go. Alright, so let's go directly on following the red carpet into the outer palace. First things first, I'm going to shoot this and that. And that's how you get the secret with the quad damage. And let's use it. Especially for this big boy. And this one too. And you. And we're gonna crawl into this little hole to go up into this part. Meet this fella. Blow this one up too. This one free. And this will lead back to where we were before. Blow this fella up. We can go out here. But we weren't entirely done yet. I was just trying to be a little more efficient with the quad damage there. As you can see, there's a brain and a soldier in this area. However, there's one part of this little complex that we haven't explored just yet that isn't blocked off. It's down here. Push this button, kill these fellas, and then you can go into this area. Watch out for the blue laser. You can crouch and go in the middle, or just go in the middle whenever it's doing the vertical laser lines. Either way, you want to watch out for those lasers so they don't hurt you too much. They won't kill you instantly, but they will sting quite a bit. We'll blow these fellas up, potentially, or at least soften them up. Now they're getting into infights. And there's a technician here, too. I'm going to use a rocket launcher for these two. And if you look out here into this room, you will see these soldiers and this area. Now this part can give you an adrenaline pickup, which I'm going to grab right here. Watch out for this. This is a laser. This leads back into the area with the blue light leading up to that ladder with that kind of secret area. And this part right here will take you back to where you were in the outer courts. That's the one place I told you we weren't going to enter the lower palace by. Anyways, some nasty fellows right here. Very nasty grab too. But if they grab you and you're in a rather tight spot, you can use the adrenaline, you can use the invulnerability you picked up earlier. I'm being a little stingy with mine, but you can work with it. There we go. Alright, so pushing this button will disable the red force fields.
Red force fields deactivated.
So what I'm going to do is do a little tour back here. Grab whatever ammo you haven't grabbed already if you can, if you're not already at full ammo capacity. I tend to usually be full on grenades. And also, we've accessed the secret. I got a red keycard out of it. And I'll show you what that does later in the video. For now, we're going back up and through this area. So, let's get a move on. Alright, back at it again. As you can see, we can't access the store just yet, but we can go back through here if we want to. And look, there's a berserker here just waiting for me. And now he's jibbed. And since I have a lot of cells, I'll fire a BFG shot. What do you think about that, eh? And I might as well use these grenades too. I don't often get the opportunity to use grenades. Must be because the grenade launcher is a little bit slow to me. I don't know about you. It does a lot of damage still, but the DPS is kind of slow. Doesn't help that some of the enemies like to dodge. Usually I'd use it on a berserker. But anyways, after dealing with all the technicians and whatnot in this area, you open this door, you'll find another berserker. Speak of the devil, he dodged my shots quite well. Now this big boy, however, not much of a dodger as you can probably see. He's very slow. But we're just gonna get rid of him. There's a brain here too, also not a fast enemy. And down here, you can deal with more enemies and go out to this part, grab the ammo pack, and if you look here, yeah, you still can't open that door. This is where it leads to, by the way. But we are just gonna blow these fellas up. Take a little trip into this area real quick. Just destroy this brain, just sitting there. And push this button to finally deactivate that area. So now we can go back through this area if we wish. But what I'm also going to do here is put the pizza cutter right in here. But now I need the data CD, which I can get from the upper palace. So we're going to go to the upper palace and grab it. Yeah, he says that repeatedly. Like, a lot of the times when you cross there, he'll say it. Anyways, let's deal with this elite tank. Their actual name escapes me, but we're just getting rid of them like that. Anyways, see this hole right here? If you don't, you're probably playing on easy mode. Because this is a secret gun trap. Or a hard mode gun trap even. Hard and over. Or at least not on easy. The button you see up there is how you temporarily disable it, but this one just permanently disables it. Anyways, dealing with the big boy right here. Oh, you used adrenaline. And look at that! He's actually made me use up a good portion of my grenades. Very nice. Anyways, let's shoot this right here. Well, we'll shoot it again later. First things first, I want to take care of these technicians because I feel like it. Around here you'll see an invulnerability in the distance. Now, you don't really have to do any fancy techniques in order to get there, but we'll get there eventually. First things first. We're grabbing the secret right there. Yeah, like I said, he says that a lot. You might hear that a few more times throughout the video. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is go up here. To fight several soldiers. Just clear them all out like that. When you push this button, you can shoot this ceiling, deal with these fellas, get the secret adrenaline. When you head down into this area, we'll fight a gunner and a few other enemies outside, including but not limited to soldiers and an Iron Maiden. Usually they corral themselves pretty well, to the point where you can just blow most of them up with a few rocket launcher shots. And anybody else, you can just finish off with any weapon of choice. There's lots of ammo out here, including cells that you can pick up for your power shield or your other guns, including the Hyper Blaster and the BFG. And right around here, there's another gun, but there's no way to turn it off aside from blocking it. But in order to actually avoid this gun, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the invulnerability, go through this area, grab the quad damage, and then surface up through here. And also, since I have the invulnerability, I'm going to do a sick rocket jump up through this part. Just like that. What do you think about that, eh? You're not doing much thinking at all. This also allows me to ambush a lot of these enemies. Very wonderful. Now this part is blocked off by the force field. We'll have to disable the communication laser in order to get to there. First things first, we're killing the Iron Maidens. And look, there's a big tank here. I'm not going to use the quad damage on you just yet, sir. As tempting as it is. Be careful with this door, it does close as you saw there. So if you are going to fire your rocket launcher, time it well. Anyways, here's another one of these kinds of secrets. Drop down here and you can get a secret with armor. And when you drop down here, you'll be sent back to where the lasers were. So we have just about everything that we can get in this area. This other one has an opportunity to get like a silencer. And this will take you back up to one of the areas we were at before. But I'm going to go back through this area to go into the outer palace again. Or lower palace. When we go back, we'll fight some more enemies. Kind of filled back up for us. There's some technicians here as well. And yeah, you said it again. Now, there's an elite tank up there. Or if you go up the ladders, or rather even the stairs even, to this area, you can find them here. And I have no shells. How about that? I was using the shotgun so extensively throughout this video, and a grenade launcher. I haven't been focusing on those weapons as much as I usually do in other games like Doom and whatnot. It's because the explosives tend to be the more main weapons of the Quake games. Anyways, let's deal with this big boy. And there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to go through this area. Clearing out all the soldiers I see. Might be a prime time to use the machine gun or the chain gun. Just kill everything here, including you. Hey, I had one last shot in my shotgun. Oh, nice. Oh, soldier. Goodbye, soldier. Hey, you dropped some cells for me. Thanks. Anyways, when you go up this stairway, after a certain point, an Iron Maiden will be waiting for you from this part right here. And additionally, you can go into the area where she emerged from to grab some bullets. So after dealing with her, you can go and deal with the rest of these fellas. They might even be nice enough to drop some cells for you. How sweet. I'm going to ride this up until this point to kill these fellas in this area. Including you. Because in this area is another ammo pack, which can increase our max ammo capacity. Just a little bit more. And again, you don't really have to ride up this entire thing. You can just go through places like here. But more importantly, you can go into this part, grab the inbound, and you should be good to go. Now while you're around here though, you want to stop by this area to deal with the gunner. Might as well use a silencer to grab this other one. And right around here you can see the security pass. So we have that. And we'll be back here later. But first, we're going to get rid of this fella. And then go back through here. There's another adrenaline pickup that you can take. And now we can go back out to here. And these should ideally be the last two enemies you kill in this area. Well, some of the last two enemies. I think there's still like two running around somewhere. Oh, yeah, I remember. In fact, we'll be back in the area. And I'll show you where they are. So if you've done everything in the order I've done so far, you shouldn't have any issues with finding the last few enemies. I'll show you where the last two are, because I just remember where they are. It's in an area that I haven't explored yet. You'll see. Anyways, we're going back through here. Ignoring the laser. You can just hug the wall there. Go into this area with the security pass that you just got. To go here and disable yellow force fields. And now that we've done that, we'll have an easier way of getting around this map. We won't have to take any knick-knack, paddywhack shortcuts anymore. But we're going to do that again anyway, because there's an area that I need to show you down here. Okay, so you remember where I went into the area with the blue lights, right?
We have a disabled communication light.
Well, if not, I'm going to show you it real quick. There's one of the enemies from the area that I was talking about. I believe he was from that area. But he's a flying enemy. Anyways, here it is. We're just going through here. And up here this time. And there's the last enemy. And there's another invulnerability. And this is a secret area. Why is that? Because yellow lasers were blocking it off, as you can see here and here. And of course, here's the embalm. Grab that. You could use the other one if you want to. Doesn't really matter at this point, because we're just about done with this part.
We have a disable and destroy order on communication link.
Yeah, they give you a lot of embalms here, so you can use them very liberally in places like this. As long as you have one to potentially save you from the trouble of the lava secret that gives you quad damage, you should be good, right? Right. So, everything's dead there. And let me show you this area real quick. We killed just about everything in this area too. But this area had a yellow force field and it led just to this part. However, we are going to this part because we have things to do here. Because we're going down here. Dealing with these fellas. This area is blocked off by a yellow force field, so I didn't go here until now. This part will blow up, revealing the technician. And where he's from, you can just shoot the button and get an environment suit. We are going to need that. Anyways, we're going to push this button and go into here, get rid of this technician, shoot this wall to get the secret body armor. And then see this rock right here? No, it's right there. I don't know if you can see it, but push it. Now let's use the environment suit and the adrenaline and go for a swim. There's an adrenaline right there, and as you can see, there's John Carmack with his 90s looking car and the Doom poster. And if that isn't enough, since we have the red key card, we can take his head. There you go. Yeah, I made Doom. Here's my head. Alright. So, you can go for another swim back out, but you can just shoot this hole in the wall to also get out. So once you've gotten 3 secrets in this area, basically just getting into this area, shooting that, going into here, you know how it is, you should be good to go. That's all the secrets. So, I'm going to backtrack because I need to put the data CD in the thing in the middle. And now we've reprogrammed it. So, let's use this keyboard
Computer updated.
and get ourselves an adjusted pizza cutter. There we go. So now we have that. You can take the scenic route or any route, really. I'm going to take this one back. Oh yeah, there's something else I need to get here. Just to make sure. Okay, so we tagged that one. We tagged just about all the secrets here except one. Sometimes the tagging can be a little finicky. But I'm going to double check all the areas. Just to make sure I didn't make no mistakes. Yep, got that one. Got this one. This should be usually the last secret I get. So that's 3. I'll use this invulnerability just for giggles. And also to prevent that fall damage.
We have a disable and destroy.
And of course, he's still saying his goofy little thing again. And we did tag this one, right? Yeah, we did. Oh, I remember now. Whoops. I forgot to show you this one. Yeah, push this wall right here. And you get the secret with mega health. We can use it for the last few enemies. Okay. Mistakes were made there. Nobody's perfect, but we got just about everything we can get here. So let's get a move on. Yeah, we can just use the lift to get back up here. And we haven't disabled the blue force fields yet. We can do that in a little bit by going back to this part and through here. Just step right here once you have the data CD reprogrammed, and then just put the data spinner right here.
Communication laser neutralized.
And there goes the communication laser. And here are some new enemies. And I'm going to use the invulnerability. I'm going to use everything, actually. Just a flex. Yeah, what do you think about that, losers? You want to interrupt my delicious gameplay sessions? Rest in peace to that cell pickup there. But anyways, that's it. That's the 9th unit. And in little under half an hour of gameplay. Not counting the cutscene, of course. But there it is. Some people will have some difficulty getting the last kill in the lower palace. The problem with that is the sequence in how you do the lower palace, because I think one of the spawns will break if you don't go into the area to deactivate the green laser door thing, and that will just inconvenience you. But as long as you deactivate the green laser whenever you're in that area, as soon as you can. I also forgot to get the secret with the mega health until the very end there. Oh well. But you can get that at any time when you're in the green laser area. I was so caught up in just killing everything else, because there's a lot of things to do in the palace, and it's easy to get lost in it. But if you know what you're doing, you could still get a little bit lost regarding secrets, locations, and other stuff like that. But that should be it. That's the penultimate unit of Quake 2. Stay tuned for the next video, where we finally finish the base game. But until then, I'll see you when I see you. So see ya.